Hello there and welcome to sunny South Florida. We're here in Stuart, Florida today. We're going to preview the Summit 54 motor yacht by Kadey-Krogen Yachts. This is the first boat we've had here in the U.S. and we're excited to bring it to you. Unfortunately, we missed out on a few shows due to the COVID virus. I hope everyone watching is safe and healthy. But let's get started here and talk to you about the benefits and features and the overall Summit 54 motor yacht by Kadey-Krogen. To start, we're going to start on the large swim platform here. You'll see staple rails that are removable and they can come across the transom end or you can have them side to side. In addition, we've moved the grill back to the swim platform. So we've got a large pull-out grill from Kenyon. So you're right here in the action. You can serve right to the table right when you're done. Right back in there. The other thing that's cool about this transom is the entire garage opens up. So one of the things that we're trying to do with this boat is capture as much storage as humanly possible. So plenty of access. When you get in, right now it's pretty empty, just lines. Very accessible, easy to do, to put things in and out of your tender or to bring stuff up on board. So once this shuts, we'll move into the cockpit and show you some of the other benefits of the aft end of the boat. To start, we start with the back porch where you have a hardtop coverage over the entire cockpit. This makes for great entertaining, getting out of the sun. Ample seating. Most of your dining when you're in the right climates will be done out back here. So we've got both boarding gates to port and starboard. Easy in, easy out. So as you enter into the cockpit here, you'll see that we've got a bar here with storage underneath. Full settee here, wrap around. You can put some loose chairs, easily sit 6 people. This table is on a sliding mechanism so it can come in and out very easily. One other big point on this boat is the full-size boarding doors. So if you're on a floating dock or even a fixed dock, you're stepping right on and right off. And this is on the starboard side and you have an identical door to port. Okay, before we go inside of the boat, I want to take you up to the foredeck. A few important features when you look at a lot of the competition out there. You know, you're doing a high wire act to get up to the bow. Here, we have wide walkways on both sides of the boat. Okay, I'm a relatively large guy at 6'4", over 260 pounds, and I can make it through no problem. So as we walk forward, okay, you're walking on your teak sole with 2 steps up, and you've got high gunnels all the way up for safety. Without kids, dogs, animals, whatever you have on the boat, you don't have the low rails where you have to worry about falling overboard. In addition, we have lighting here, and we've got courtesy lighting along the housetop. So as we step forward here, again, she keeps getting wider. We did a teak cap rail on this boat, and the teak sole. Again, an option, easy to get rid of if you don't want it. In today's world, everyone's looking for outside hangout space. So here we've got a large sun pad, okay, with a canopy over top to get you out of the shade. Great place to read a book, take a nap, whatever suits you. So we come forward. You know, as you're running the boat, typically most people are up front, the kiddos and, you know, the visitors want to be out in the sun and the breeze here. So we come up, we have a nice little settee here in front of the lounge chair, and then we have two access doors to 3 separate storage spots. Okay, we've got fresh and salt water washdown up here. And in the middle of the 2 outdoor storages is where your anchor and, your road goes. Maxwell 1500 DC windlass on the boat. And while we're talking about systems here, we'll tell you that the boat is also coupled with a bow and stern thruster from AB Track. And just to show you the walkways on the aft end, we'll come back here. A couple other things to point out. You'll notice at the chocks, we've got 2 cleats on each chalk coming through, so you're not having to tie over each cleat. All right, so easy access, easy angles getting to tie up the boat. Got a large hatch here that opens to the master. Again, very wide walkways. Double cleats yet again. Huge oval handrails. Here you have your tank fills with the overflow, which is pretty critical so you're not having spillage issues. And then last but not least, on the outside here, you've got your engine vents. And these also have moisture control as well, so you keep the salt particulate out of the engine room. So there you have the main deck on the Summit 54. I think what we're going to do is we're going to pop up top, we're going to take a walk around the fly bridge, and then we'll go inside, look at the galley area, the helm deck, followed by the lower accommodation. So one thing we tried to do, instead of having a real steep ladder, is have a nice access, which is almost like a staircase. So if you're bringing things up to the bridge, you know, you're not having to do, you know, a circus act to get up here. So once you get up to the top of the bridge, you'll notice 2 stid chairs, very high end. The single stid is standard with the boat. This is an additional option that we added to hull number 1. As you move forward up to the helm here, you'll notice we have the Garmin package, which was installed at our yard in Taiwan. We've got the bow and stern thruster, and on this boat we also upgraded to the Cummins joystick system, which we'll talk a little bit more about when we get down below. So forward of the helm, you'll notice a huge sort of lounge area where we'll have some nice throw pillows up there. So as you're running, if everyone's hanging out here or if you're up here for happy hour, plenty of space for everyone to sit down and get comfortable, not be standing on top of one another. To avoid all the up and down, we have an isotherm refrigerator here with a small freezer compartment. Keep some cold waters and drinks up here when you're underway, so you're not having to run down below to access that. The other thing that's neat is our teak table here, okay, which will fold out. You could easily have some loose chairs if you are dining out here. We got plenty of room for sitting down and having a sandwich or some hors d'oeuvres and apps. As we move back, you know, this is one of the debates that everyone has. We've got a steelhead 1,000-pound crane, which will be here to deploy your tender. On this boat, you can fit up to a max of a 12-foot tender. Okay, it's not necessarily the weight as much as it is the length. Okay, in addition to this option, if you didn't want to sit your tender up here, we could easily put a hydraulic lift on the swim platform so you can raise and lower your dinghy from down below, and this would become additional space for seating, lounge chairs, or just open space. Sometimes having open space isn't the worst thing in the world. Standard hardtop on the boat. And then all of our electronics, cameras, antennas and stuff mounted up to the top. Our bridge clearance with this boat, as you see it, is just under 24 feet. It's about 23.8, I believe.